If you ask people about South Africa, very immediately they'll tell you Zulu, Afrikaans, English. That's as far as they'll go, and that's as far as they'll go to learn about South Africa, and that's as far as they'll go to learn South African languages. Whereas there's a vast amount of differences in cultures. I mean, even South African Guni people have no idea about the Basotho people, which is even worse for the Shona people. There's a disconnect between what our culture is and what people think our culture is.
And then you say, oh, the Bushmen, there's the Bushmen, and then that's collectively the rest of South Africa would be then oh, they made paintings in the caves, and you can still go and see those, and then you go, oh, okay, now I know. I clearly understand the culture completely now. Like, that's it.
The Basotho people, we very sarcastic
Okay.
people. The Sesotho we speak in the Vaal area is so mixed with Afrikaans without us realizing. I know Sesotho is one of the most difficult languages I've ever come across. I may speak Sesotho, but I don't necessarily speak Lesotho's Sesotho. Yeah, so Pretoria was a bit of a mixture. Lots of Afrikaans, lots of Sepedi, not a lot of Sesotho. Setswana, Sepedi, and Sesotho are very different, but they have very similar phrases, so you're able to understand each other. Very slight differences. For example, there's a phrase in Sesotho, ke lapile, which in Sesotho means I'm hungry, but in Sepedi and Setswana means I'm tired.
Which is sometimes the same kind of feeling. What's going on?
Sesotho needs punctuation for you to understand certain terms, because you could literally say something in one way and it means 3 different things. With Zulu people, if you say la, you mean here. If you say la, you mean sleep. if you say la, you mean listen. It's called Totita. It's almost like broken Afrikaans with a mixture of some vernacular languages. It's not necessarily being ignorant of the language, but it's being respectful of the people who passed on the language, kind of thing. One of my favorite dishes outside of sorghum is sampan beans. The Q's always trip me up in Xhosa, but we call it dikhobe. It's literally just haibo. That word encompasses
like a whip.
Confusion. It's shock, it's confusion, it's you can use that word in any setting.